Hi friends, today's lesson is all about Florida, Lake Okeechobee. Now Lake Okeechobee is our next place that we're going to visit. It's somewhere that's really interesting and cool in Florida. Our learning goal says, I can tell others about Lake Okeechobee. Now, the first thing that pops out in my brain about Lake Okeechobee is of course its name, Okeechobee. That sounds like tons of fun to say. Now Lake Okeechobee is located in south central Florida. So it's in the south, but it's kind of south central, so kind of in the middle. Do you see Lake Okeechobee somewhere? Yeah, it's right there. Now, Lake Okeechobee is actually a Native American word that means big water. Well, I think they did a nice job naming that lake. Look how gigantic it is. Now, you should know that even though Lake Okeechobee is very, very big, it is certainly not as big as the Atlantic Ocean, which we see over here on the right side of Florida, or the Gulf of Mexico, which we see over here on the left side of Florida. Sometimes it's confusing because Lake Okeechobee is so big. We might think it's just like the ocean or the Gulf, but it's not. Now the size makes it different, but do you see anything else that makes it different from the oceans? Good job. Yeah, Lake Okeechobee is surrounded by land all the way around it. That's another big thing that makes it different from the ocean. Now, as you can see, Lake Okeechobee is so big and it's full of water, so of course there's lots of water fun to be had. You can of course go to the beach and go swimming if you go visit Lake Okeechobee. A lot of the other activities have to do with the water. Let's talk about some more fun things you can do if you were to visit Lake Okeechobee. You could go boating if you went to Lake Okeechobee. There's lots of boats that you'll find out on the water if you go to visit. Ooh, doesn't that look like fun? Look at all those waves. What a blast. Another thing you could do is go fishing. Now, Lake Okeechobee is definitely known for all of the good fishing. When you go to Lake Okeechobee, there's largemouth bass that you'll find there. Look at how big their mouths are. Oh my goodness. A lot of fishing competitions in Florida happen in Lake Okeechobee because the fish there grow really large, so they're a really fun catch. If you go to Lake Okeechobee, you could also go hiking. As you can see in this picture, there's lots of hiking trails that go around the outside of the lake, and that's really cool. You can see such beautiful sights if you go hiking, like these gorgeous pictures of the lake. This is a hiking map of Lake Okeechobee. Now we've seen maps before, so we know that this key is going to tell us lots of good information, and it says Lake Okeechobee Scenic Trail. So it's going to give us information about where we can hike, and we can find cool things like parking lots for our cars, bathrooms, picnic areas. All of those things can be found in this map. You can also go camping. If you're going to be hiking, you might want to stay overnight. You could bring a tent and camp like that, or you could also bring your RV and make it kind of a cozier camp. What kind of camping would you like to do at Lake Okeechobee? Our learning goal for today says, I can tell others about Lake Okeechobee. As you've seen, it's a huge body of water, and there's tons of fun things to do there. What activity would you like to do if you visited Lake Okeechobee?